good morning. Today we are discuss about a ladder diagram, basic programs. Example, two limit switches in series. Here relay schematic diagram, limit switch 1, limit switch 2 and solenoid coil. And then ladder logic diagram, A, B and Y. Y is the output, AD is the input. Here the AND gate function, then logic gate function. In basic logic gates means and or and not. Here logic gate function, AND gate function. The logic gate outputs, two inputs are high, outputs are high in AND gate function. Here the Boolean equation is equal to A into B is equal to Y. That means Y means output. And then second one, example 2, limit switches in parallel. So two limit switches are connected in parallel. Here limit switch 1 and 2 and solenoid coil. Here relay circuit schematic diagram and the logic. Here represented for two limit switches means here the OR gate will be used. Here OR gate means any one of the input is high, output is high. Here Boolean expression A plus B is equal to Y. That means 0, 1. 1 output in this concept. The next one is two limit switches in parallel and then series with a contact relay. Here the limit switches 1 and 2 limit switches are parallel. That means AND gate. Another one gate is contact relay means it is called AND gates are connected, and then that means pilot lighter, PL lighter is output. Here the equations if either 0 or 1. So when will you get 1 and the output will be high. And then next limit switches and the contact relay in parallel. Two limit switches are connected in parallel. That means OR gates are two inputs AD and CD to OR gate. It will be connected to the AND gate function. Here the relay contact limit switches and contact relays 1 and 2 and parameter switch. Next one is the ladder logic diagram, AB, CD, and then contact Y. Output is a Y. Here and next one is the AND connections. Here AND connections means two limit switches LS1, LS3, AB, LS3. Then two limit switches LS1 and LS2 means AND gate function, and then LS3 is the OR gate function. The Boolean expression AB plus C is equal to output equation. And then next AND OR connections. In this logic function two AND gates are input and then output logic gates of the OR gate. Here AB plus CD, that is equal to Y output. Here the relay schematic diagram, limit switches 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and next is a piloter. Piloter is the output like that. And the next use of NC relay contact, normally closed contact relay contact. Here the NOT gate function and then closed contact relay means AND gate function, and then solenoid coil. That is the relay schematic diagram. Next one is the ladder logic program. Here Boolean expression A dot B dash is equal to Y. Next one is exclusive for OR gate. For OR gate is AB is normally opened and normally closed relay schematic diagram, and then Y is the output voltage. Then which one is closed? A B is opened. Then A dash B dash is will be closed. So here the Boolean expression AB A dash into B plus A dash A into B dash equal to Y. Here A plus B is equal to Y. And then next one is the PLC mixture process control problem. Mixer motor automatically steer and the liquid in that. When the temperature pressure reach a preset value, alternate the manual push button of the motor to be provided. The temperature pressure switches close their respective contact when conditions reach their preset value. Here the manual switch button, here the temperature sensor, that means LM35, then pressure sensor, and then liquid flow. Here the motor and mixtures. Okay, and the next process control relay ladder diagram. Here L1, L2 is a 120 volt AC supply across. Here first one is the pressure switch, next one is a temperature switch, another is a manual push button. It is a backup push button. That then motor starter coil, then overload release. Here motor starter coil is energized when both the pressure and temperature switches are closed or when the manual push button is pressed. PLC input module connection. Here the L1, L2, L3 is a 3 inputs wires from pressure, temperature and manual push button. The same input field device are used. The devices are wired the input module according to the manufacturer's labeling scheme. Here the neutral return is a L2, then L1 is a positive. And then PLC output module connections. Same output field devices is used to wire the output module. Here the track information, track contact. Here track it will be connected to 4 mode of operations, either gate positive or negative, either empty terminal main terminal 1 positive or negative, or empty terminal 2 positive or negative. Whatever it may be, it will be conducted for the in AC supply to controlling the voltage control device in the triad. And then input output module for the load output. Then track switches motor on and off accordance with the control signal from the processor. And the next PLC data logic diagram. The number of presence address, pressure switch and temperature switch, motor switch and manual push button. The symbols represented the instructions, then manual push button, pressure switch, temperature switch and motor starter coil. And then entering and running the PLC program. To enter the program into PLC, place the processor program model mode and enter the instruction one by one using the programming device. To operate the program controller is placed in run mode or operating cycle. Here the PLC operating cycle. During each operating cycle, the controller examines the status of input devices, executes the user program and change the outputs accordingly. Here the sequence is called the time required for one of the speed response of the output. Input output scan, here the program scan. Then PLC operating cycle. Here pressure switch 1 by 1, then temperature switch 1 by 2 and motor stator coil, then 0 and 1. Then manual push button is a 1, 3. Here each can be true as a set of normally open contacts. The contact the can consider represent the coil that when they energized will close set of contacts. Modifying a PLC program. So here the L1, L2 is a then positive and negative neutral, and then pressure switch and temperature switch and manual push button. Here the motor stator coil relay ladder diagram for modified process. The change requires that the manual push button control should be permitted to operate at any pressure but not unless a specified temperature setting has been reached. If a relay system were used, it would require so more wiring of the system as shown to active the desired change. Here modifying PLC program, pressure switch, temperature switch and manual push button, PLC ladder logic diagram for modified process. If a PLC used, no rewiring necessary. The inputs and outputs still the same. All that requires to change the PLC program. Thank you.